Gotta make a plan, gotta do what's right. Can't run around in circles if I wanna build a life. I don't wanna make a plan for a day far away. While I'm young and unable, all I wanna do is boom. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a Veve Omi update video, a little bit of Definity, Dacat, and Loki to the rescue as well. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. We had some interesting news today, so we will do the drop today with everyone. Let me just tell y'all what this is about. So this is Cool Rain. Cool Rain, I think on Instagram has the most followers. Let me take a look here. Yeah, Cool Rain Lee, or the Sarah's at Cool Rain Studio, does have 58,000 followers over on Instagram, which is really cool, and has done. Oh, and actually they've been posting about Veve quite a bit, so it's really exciting to see that. Their last thing that they had, so they're not new to Veve. They've been here for a little bit. I think the last one they did was last year, and it was the pot balls. No, it's not these little guys. And I wasn't really sure about them at the, when they first came up. I did really like the Wilson one, like the one from Castaway. And after taking a look at them, I was like, they did pretty well. They did like $44,000. And it's like, and this was April of last year. So it's about 13 months ago. And yeah, $44,000. And I think people are ready for some more Cool Rain. And why are they here now? What is this? It's, well, Monovader. So these little monkey type things that they have a doll with them, a can of spray paint, and then yeah, they look like Vader. They're dressed like him, and it's even called Monovader. So it's really cool. I don't know. Again, last time they did 40-something thousand, because he does have a decent following over on Instagram. Like, it's pretty good. And you have different versions of them. There is a chase. Actually, there's two chases. Technically, it depends what you consider a chase. The ultra rare is, there's 277 of them. The secret rare is 177, and the special edition is 77. So yeah, this is a big one. At least you get a couple chases. Like there's a common, there's two uncommons. None of these are more than 1,000 mints though. The common's 977, the uncommons are 777. They all might kind of go for the same. The rare is 477, but again, the ultra rare is still fairly scarce at 277. Secret rare 177, special edition 77. So this should do fairly well. These are $15 each. I think the last ones were 15 as well. They are, or they were. So because it's right in the middle of everything, I'm not expecting this to go like crazy. I'm not expecting to sell out right away, but just that it should probably do better than expected. Because again, yesterday, I was just telling a buddy of mine, they have these Ido scout troopers, and they're scout troopers, but they're just kind of reimagined. Like, this is the first time these types of things have ever gone into existence. Obviously, you have scout troopers in general that have been around for decades, but just imagined this way is pretty cool. I didn't get one, but it did sell like $21,000 worth of product yesterday, and I didn't even get it. I don't know if anyone went live for it or not. But yeah, today we're going to do that drop. But that's not the sole reason for me going live today. Let me go to Stacker here, because it was Stacker that had this announcement. They only have 3,000 followers, so it took a little while to get to me. A few days ago, they had said the USDC-to-gem pool on Stacker just got a major boost. Now capped at 1 million gems per day. Like, so there were a couple of times when people were like, hey, this Omi to gem, and granted they're talking about Omi to gem, but like, hey, I have a bunch of Omi, I want to try to buy gems. Why can't I buy as much? So they gave out some USDC to gems last month at some point, and from that it's like, yeah, you could now use USDC. But again, it was kind of getting clogged because Omi to gem, USDC to gem, there was a limit to what you could do. But now it's 1 million per day, which is a lot. I don't expect that to break anytime soon. When a bunch of people get here, I expect it might, but as of right now, we should be fine. All that being said, we're wondering, okay, is there going to be any significant OMI burn to this? Because for OMI to gem, it's 7%, and that's pretty meaningful. Like that's pretty good. But there doesn't seem to be any buyback mechanism with it. People already had the OMI. They're just using it to buy gems, which is fine. You know, you're going to have 7% of whatever they're buying burn from the circulating supply, which is great. But this, when they're using USDC, one, it's 10%, which is bananas. So they say, let's turn up the heat. Every USDC to gem conversion now triggers a 10% burn of the value in OMI, which is so much. Veve's just like, yeah, our margins are so high. We have such large margins here. We are so flush with cash that yeah, we don't need this 10%. We're just gonna, and it's not like it's OMI to gem, where on OMI to gem it's just, hey, people taking their OMI and they're burning it themselves technically with that purchase. With this, the USDC, I think that goes to buying OMI and using that to burn. So buybacks, as long as I'm reading this correctly, seem like they're back, because in order to take the USDC, or in order to get the OMI for the burn, you're going to need to take the USDC and buy it, because you can't burn what doesn't exist. So in that transaction, there's no OMI, right? It's just USDC to gems. Well, then how do you get the OMI to burn? Like, they could do it where they could technically just burn from their business development wallet. I wouldn't want them to do that. So most likely what's happening is they're taking 10% of that, and it goes directly to buying OMI and then burning it. So you get buy pressure. Like, again, this is essentially buybacks without having buybacks, as pretty much buybacks. And this is what really kind of got the hype train moving last time. And through that, we're up about 5.5% on the day. We were actually at like 000158, but it is up to 1.5-ish right now. We did have a couple of green bars in a row. This was a green bar. Again, we went over 000158. Big sell off from there, from the top. And at 155, it closes above 1.5 because it hasn't closed. We finally had a bar close above 0015, which we hadn't like ever. Not ever. Even as of the 4th, we wicked up there, but we haven't closed up there in a long time. This is the first time we had closed up there. Again, we had another one wick up there yesterday, come right back down. But it's the first time the bar has closed above that. And it's possible we get a second bar closing above that. Obviously, it is now a red candle because it's lower than the what we closed at the 10 o'clock hour. But it was still nice to see it go up there, even just for a second. Was a massive OMI burns. Yeah, that's the other thing. We have Bitcoin, very good, very good. New post this weekend, heading back, great fit today. For OMI, I was taking a look at it this morning again, going over it with a buddy of mine. And what do we have? Like 60 something million OMI burn in April. Or was it, I think it was, no, it was 60 something million OMI burn in March, 80 something in April. And so far now in May, we burned 50 million OMI in 10 days. And that's only going to get greater. They're only adding more burn mechanisms. They're only, so you have, let me go to X here again. From this, there is a quote, I think, from Veve Meister saying, WTF, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting 2.5 to 7% go to OMI burn, 7% being the OMI burn rate for OMI to gems. 10% is huge, it really is, because some of you might still not be able to grasp what this entails nearing the end of year. And he posts a quote from Dr. Profit, which I think was given last year, saying, a note on OMI. Let us be clear, Akomi and Veve are first-class citizens on Collect. This isn't a pivot away from the ecosystem that got us here. It's building the infrastructure to take it further. This is totally written by ChatGPT. We will support OMI token utility 200%. We're actively looking at implementing meaningful token utility staking, burn, mechanisms, ecosystem participation. The OMI token and everything can be built around it. That's happening on Collect. I don't want to preempt specific announcements, but know that this is a priority, not an afterthought. So again, that was really big. Vicente, the Stacker community manager, saying buying gems via the Veve official app is also more expensive, by the way. We have some really cool artwork of USDC to OMI with 10% of it being taken out. I thought that was really, really cool. That's a really cool photo. OMI supply constantly decreasing, 90% OMI, 10% burn. That's a really cool photo. Shout out to Crypto Dashon. Dr. Stuff saying burn, baby, burn. Ico saying this represents substantial volume. Turtle Golf saying the fun thing is it seems like the Veve official and Stacker World teams have been cooking far more behind the scenes than the community even realized. Feels like they've been layering the foundation for all the utilities the community imagined possible, and then some. So again, a bunch of people feeling super happy about this. And I think Foster had a thing as well. Let me. Oh God, I accidentally typed in Fister, not Foster. Are you concerned that Forever Foundation holds 25 million Devve tokens and does not want to hand them over? I don't know if there's a firm date on when they're supposed to hand them over. I don't like them having it. Yeah, they're being really shitty about it. But again, I think there's a firm date where they're supposed to hand them over by, and they can so like they can be fully compliant and be like, yeah, we'll do it by this date. It's fine. Or they could not. Yeah, they could go in and be like, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. And then Tom would have to just launch a new contract. Everyone would get airdrop tokens. And it's like, that sucks. But I think if they were to do that, then they just, there'd probably be some criminal proceedings. And yeah, it'd be wild. Does it affect the long-term health of the project? No. Does it affect the short-term volatility and what's it called, morale? Yeah, it does. But again, over the long term, doesn't affect the business, doesn't affect what they're doing. It's just kind of short-term sentiment. Henry Rose Overseas 4862 says, yes, how you doing? Have you all seen all the sales today on Yoda Secret Rare? I did not expect to go that high that fast. Yeah, let's take a look at that real quick, and then we'll get back to Foster and Friends. Where are we here? Go to Yoda, the Secret Rare. I know it's over 1,000. Stacker's being a little slow, as usual. There we go. Okay. Yeah, 7.5 million OMI or 1,100 doll hairs, which right now is we're actually back down below 00015. We just, oh damn, it's going way down. This is a large red candle. Will it go back down to the previous green candle? I don't know. We'll see. It's been fairly volatile today. I think there's actually I think swing traders are hopefully stepping in now. That is going to create a lot of volume. Let's see what no, still only 1.1 million in volume. So the volume is very low. The swing traders haven't come in yet. It's probably just can it be a group of a couple of people just saying like, yeah, we're just gonna, kind of manipulate it, buy here, create a rally, sell off. That's possible too. You might just have a super small group doing that, or it's just people that new buyers coming in, pumping it. People that got in at 00011, be like, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna sell it. Because that's 30-40% profit for them. So it might as well, and they're probably going to try to wait for it to come back. Does it ever go back down 00011? Really depends what Bitcoin and ETH does. I don't know. Anyway, going back to Yoda here. Let's see how many were bought and sold in the last. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 just today, and we're pretty early in the day so far. Thank you, Veve. President Trump says that he still plans to audit Fort Knox to confirm its 700 billion gold reserves have not been stolen. Yeah, what the heck happened with that? They wanted like a camera crew down there and suddenly disappeared. G Money, what's going on? How you doing, fam? That says my collectibles just announced 2 iconic comics I'll be dropped this week. It's not on any of the VV pages, but if my collectibles said it, I'm sure it's true. Let's see. Let's see what he's got here. Did he do it in a comment? Because I mean, so there was a post yesterday that he made about these, but these are definitely on the VV pages. Like it's in the VV app. I've taken a look at it. I went over it last night. Yeah, they're dope. There's actually a $2,000 bounty on this one from Comics and Crypto. Let me take a look at that real quick. I'll show y'all. On mint number 1988, so that's the bounty on this one. Mint number 1988, you do get a $2,000 bounty. It is paid in gems, so it's not like a you might be able to get something similar to that over on Stacker. Even if it was like 1,700 you get on Stacker, I would still take that because you know it's crypto's real money. The reason for the 1988 is because that just happens to be the year that it was printed. Vamos, what's up, DN Juan Solo? Meow meow meow. Maybe Digital Collectible says good luck today, Randy. Thank you, far too kind. Meow. Henry Overseas says it's on the platform already. It is. Love it. Comics Crypto posted that bounty while reposting my collectibles post. Oh hell yeah, brother. Love it that they're so involved with the community. They're just incredible people. Hey, I don't know if Booth is here, but why does he have David and Foster fighting? Oh my god, that's hysterical. Oh god, that's Booth has some talent with the AI and damn, Foster taking the collectible stand and just not the collectibles. That is shout out to Booth. Omar loves us. Good afternoon, Omar. How you doing, fam? Where we at? Communities doing anything? I'm sorry, give me one second. All right, so I guess I'll talk about Loki right now, real quick, because currently best tries got a convo going on tweet, coming all within an hour. So I had a meeting with Papa Stonks, the dev, the main leader behind Loki to the rescue yesterday. So I was hired to do the comic Loki to the rescue. So he has a children's book and a YouTube series that he's doing, like, and it's going to be meant for like little kids, like 3 to 5 years old, where like your parents are still like reading to you. Supposed to be anyway. But he wants this comic to be kind of for like a little bit older kids, like Y7, I guess. You know, if that, I don't know if that rating's still a thing. Y7 was a thing on Nickelodeon back in the day where it's like, oh yeah, it's not like for kids, not like Barney, but it's for like, you know, there's different things. I think like Hey Arnold was that, Angry Beavers and stuff like that. So this is going to be like something that both kids and I think adults can read, because it's a very good story. And it's like, oh, it's super interesting. What is that? So at first people are gonna be like, all right, this is cool. Okay, you know, all right, get to see him as hero in Loki in his hero duties because he's a hero dog. And you know, I want him to be strong enough to be gentle. He's got pretty a checkered past, but the first one, like he's already a hero. You don't go through that like hero's journey. You don't go through that. You know, the origin story we might do in episode 2, and I'll get to that. But after that, it's like, okay, here's a new character. That's interesting. Oh, you know, this character's going out too. All right, they're all going out. All right, this character's fun. And then at the end, because there is a fight scene at the end, and you're like, oh, this is dope. It's pretty cool, and I can't wait for people to see it. And It's going to be on Veve under like Dacat Chronicles. I was just paid to do the writing of it. The rest of the revenue is obviously going to go to them. A portion of their stuff is going to go to charity. We talked yesterday. I said like, hey, I think he read the first 7 pages. I just like we're gonna do a lot of work together, but I want to go in and get this done first. I'll have you meet with the artist. Once it's done, then we'll do a long-term deal. So I think I might be doing this. I hope I get to do this because like everything else that I've done, like Nike the Pig and DigiJoints and Monkey, like they've all been kind of one-offs. Like Solana Wolfpack, Ladies on Solana, like they've all just been kind of one-off things. But this is a series that I think could go hopefully forever, right? Hopefully I'm doing it for a long time. They will have a crossover with Dacat. It is in a completely separate universe than Dacat. Like every other issue that I've done for other people, it's all in the Dacat universe, but this is different. This is their own universe. They will cross over at some point somehow. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'll do it. Anyway, that's shout out to them. They're really fun. I'll keep everyone posted. New change or existing burn rate. Oh no, that's a new burn rate. Shout out to Veve for reposting this. And again, the goal for doing all these comics is to get new users on the platform, which I believe I've done that. So the Loki community will come in, and there's a couple whales over there. They'll come onto Veve. And also and I was talking to him yesterday. I was like, hey, listen, I could do this with my affiliate link, but you're the dev, like you go on Veve, create a account, and then do the friend get friend. He's like, what's friend get friend? So I had to go in and be like, oh, well, if you have an account, you get this code. So if you're new here, link down below, you get $10 to use, wherever. But for the friend get friend, because that's my affiliate code, the friend get friend code is like $5 you get. So I was like, listen, if you want, get this, help that pay for me, like do whatever. I don't know what the long-term deal with him is going to be like, but it's going to be pretty dope. Again, they do seem fairly well funded. They do have a token. I do not have any of the token yet, but I think that will change with time. Especially, if money comes in, I like to support the projects that I'm doing, that I'm helping out. So we might do that. Anyway, give me 1 sec. You have 2 more minutes to get on the wait list. I don't think you're going to need to get on the wait list. You could probably just buy at the button thing. Give me 1 sec. Mario Brothers. That's great. That's great. Sorry, guys. I just got it. Oh, what is that? Okay, very good. Let's get to Definity. We have a little bit of an update on them as well. I can find the freaking chat. Okay, here we go. The update on Definity. Tom Babali said, would agree, but it would be really useful at this stage to have Manu give us one of his high-level State of the Nation overviews of how he sees Definity and the token positioned in the current landscape. It's, of course, great to have Chris in the AMAs, which are always very helpful and informative, but Chris is now, through Bloomsbury, one step removed from Definity. Again, this is a post by Tom Babaldi. We'll go over it in a minute. It's, of course, great to have Chris in the AMAs, which are always very helpful and informative. Given that a lot of big players, commercial banks, central banks, major stock exchanges, are very rapidly tokenizing currently, where does D sit in all this now? I would think any technological edge, however trailblazing 2 years ago, has more or less eroded by now. That is to be expected, and we are where we are with this. So the USP will be know-how and forward vision in the institutional space, where the big money sits, although some retail alongside is nice to have. But what do I know? What do team make of the current picture? You have Joshu, who's kind of a dev here, saying, while I agree it'd be great to hear from Manu for a little bit of his aggressive bullishness, it's not really accurate that Chris is one step removed from Definity. He didn't lose any responsibilities when taking on the role of CEO of Bloomsbury. He just gained more. He's still the CFO of Definity and the whole group, so he's certainly integral to structuring any token utilities. Also, Definity and Bloomsbury have actually moved closer together, as far as I've understood, both sitting within the same ownership structure from a regulatory perspective, and confirmation from Manu and Chris that Definity is the official utility token of both Bloomsbury and DMA Link. So there's really not much separation apart from that required by regulation. It's important to understand that banks will never be competitors to Definity. Banks act as liquidity providers and price setters, but they need entities that sit in between them to feed various prices to create a competitive and liquid market. This is the requirement for best execution that Chris mentioned a few times in the early AMAs. A single entity offering one price cannot offer best execution by definition. Stock exchanges are a different situation, and Definity probably couldn't compete with them long term, but were never intending to, as the plan was always to sell to a big player at some point. More on this in a minute. My understanding is that the team sees all of the developments as a net positive, as in a growing and maturing market. Definity will have the opportunity to grow rapidly. So one of the things I wanted to go over, where he says the plan was always to sell to a big player at some point. Manu hasn't been around for like 2 months. The last update I got from him regarding DMA Link was in mid to late March. Radio silence through April, and I think part of the, and this is just speculation hat on, right? I think that, so Manu's gotten offers for DMA Link, none of which he entertained because they were too low. But they're crushing it. They do more than Veve every month. Even with Veve, like, again, like, it's easy to do more than Veve when they were only doing $250,000 a month. They did 560 last month. They'll do 600 this month. DMA Link is crushing it. But nobody, the only people that really knew about them like flew in the same circles. But now I think people are starting to recognize, oh, you're doing this, because they had a couple of people that, you know, they were looking to raise money a few years ago. I helped them with that. But they were, when they did that and they raised some of that money, a lot of people told them no. And those same people are coming back and like, hey, you know, can we give you money? And I mean, some are offering to buy them, but some are offering to, you know, just to invest with them. And they're like, no, we're good now. We don't need your money now. You know, where were you 2 years ago? So they're only taking serious offers. I'm going to guess. Now, again, Manu's absence can perfectly be explained by, hey, he's super busy. There's regulatory stuff, whatever. Maybe something's going on with his family. You know, I don't know. Did this break already? Sorry, this broke. I did not, god damn it. Okay. Anyway, I want it to take forever to charge. Gotta get another one. For this, I'm guessing that Manu is probably getting offers. And maybe he doesn't want to do any, like, hey, this could be seen as regulatory and blah, blah, blah. And that's why he doesn't, you know, really want to talk to anyone about it. Maybe that's why I haven't heard from him in a while. What happens if they do get bought out? What happens with the token? They could choose to keep the token and its utility and maybe add more utility to it. That'd be great. They could say, like, we're doing away with the token. If they do, I guarantee you there is a conjecture. No, there's a contingency with Manu that says, like, hey, you can buy us out, but you have to take care of the token holders. Guaranteed. Like, he's told me that before. Like, if it were to happen, token holders would get taken care of. He's a great guy. He knows that relationships are much more than just money. But yeah, like, it would be a fantastic thing for token holders. Either way, if someone buys us out and keeps the token, or if they do away with the token and they buy us out, I would love to see a kind of Bloomsbury acquisition there. If Bloomsbury were to buy it, because then it would be super vertically integrated. We'll see what happens. As a result, the Definity was up like 8% yesterday, back down 5% today, 6% now, to $1.6 million market cap. So there's definitely been some shells. Where have the settles been? 7F. It was by one guy that had nothing in it anyway, at like $700, $400 coming in from this guy who, okay, he's got 5K. He's got $500,000 Definity. This dude's got 281,000 Devies worth $7,400. I know Devi's worth nothing right now, but that's still a lot of Devi. Oh God, he's gonna be so freaking rich. And that's it. So down about 6% on the day for Definity. Oh God, Veve increases. In 2021, the S&P was at 3,400 and ETH was at 2,300. 2023, S&P was at 4,400 and ETH was at 2,300. 2024, all right, this goes on. Today the S&P hit 7,400 and ETH is still at 2,300. Yeah, it's wild times. Tom Lee's Bitmine just bought another $70 million worth of Ethereum. Dude holds 4% of the supply of Ethereum. That is insane. Yo, Ronman, never eat hum. Meow. What's up, Randy? Hope your day goes good, fam. Thank you. You too. All right, so you are now able to buy this drop if you would like to. You don't have to, but it is a if you are not on the wait list, you have to wait 6.5 minutes. But if you are on the wait list, you can buy now. If you did get it, let me know some of your mints. Mikey 3612. It's been a long time. Hope you've been well, Randers. Still waiting my Lord of the Rings IP. What's going on, Mikey? How you doing? I'm gonna say Lord of the. They've got to come on, right? Like there's no way all of this is happening. And I know some companies are still scared of Web3, right? Like, why do you think we haven't had Sonic yet? You know, so there are some companies that just won't touch it right now. I think there was a Lord of the Rings NFT thing, but what they tried just failed spectacularly, because it was trash. All right, hold on. Lord of the Rings NFTs. Yeah, it was the Lord of the Rings NFT experience. In October 2022, these NFTs hosted on the Illuvio blockchain. I've not heard of that. Access digital, interactive, and tradable 4K movie bundles featuring behind-the-scenes content. So that is actually really cool. That does feature behind-the-scenes content and AR collectibles. Video shows what to expect from the Lord of the Rings. Okay. Each NFT includes the 4K extended version of the film. Wait, really? All right, so obviously no way that's on the blockchain, but Harley ZK rollup, over 8 hours special features, image galleries, and AR collectibles. That's actually pretty sweet. Premier Epic Edition 999 NFTs featuring all 3 themed navigation locations: the Shire, Rivendell, and the Mines of Moria. There's 10,000 NFTs featuring 1 random location for Premier Edition. It was sold via the WB Movieverse using the Illuvio Ethereum compatible blockchain. Where can you buy those? NFTs, where to buy. Okay, it's web3.wb.com. All right, web3.wb.com. Let's take a look at these here. Yeah, I've never heard of this blockchain either, but I mean, you know, we're oh, so they did the same thing with Superman movie experience and Flash movie experience, but let's go to the Lord of the Rings movie experience here. Yeah. Oh, Papa Stonks is on Snapchat. Very nice, very nice. Okay. Explore Lord of the Rings universe through an immersive, interactive experience that transports you to Middle-earth. Dive into extensive image galleries showcasing stunning artwork, behind the scenes, blah, blah, blah. Okay, how do I get the freaking thing? I don't think you can buy them anymore, because, like, it's blank where I think there should be something. Get support, Illuvio, like, issue type. Yeah, it's not giving you the option to buy anywhere. Right. I mean, if I type in Lord of the Rings on OpenSea, I know it's Lord. Yeah, no, there's no. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened to the If I type in buy, does anything happen? No, nothing happens. So I think the website is just down. I mean, I don't. Yeah, even with the Superman one, like there's no. So I don't know what happened to those assets. Yeah, those assets are. Anyway, since nobody's talked or heard about them in years, I'm going to say that Lord of the Rings. Obviously, they had a bad experience with the WB Web3 thing, but if they want to try and make some money and be culturally relevant in NFTs, they're always going to be culturally relevant just because they're Lord of the Rings. Yeah, they're going to choose Veve. Could they choose another platform? Sure. Every other one that's tried hasn't been that good. I mean, Lord of the Rings is a big IP all on its own. But yeah, it just wasn't. They chose the wrong platform. SBF probably bribed the feds. Every comment F down below to pay respect. All right, so now you might be able to buy the Monovader. I'm sorry, 30 seconds, 11:07. That does give me a chance to take a look at the Mandalorian. The drop from last year, which has made what's 47 and 17. I'm an idiot. All right, so it made $4,400 this month. So this drop has been around for over a year, for about a year. This guy, Mando, $70, and $4,400 is made this month. That's pretty legit. Not what I was expecting. Was not on my bingo card, and this will sell out, I think, before the end of the month. I haven't gotten one yet. I am gonna wait until it gets down to like 50 or 30 of them. If you wanted, I think you could actually get one in. Okay, no. Yesterday you could have gotten one for $65. You know, so $5 off. Now it's 80. So you're not getting that because a lot of attention has been brought to it. Oh, Trump to suspend federal gasoline tax. Heyo. Let me text my boys this. My boys are in oil and gas. So good times, good times. All right, now let's take a look at the Monovaders. And you can buy now. It's not going to give us the additions on how much sold until another 13 minutes. But if you want, you can buy now, even if you were not on the wait list. Sorry. Oh, no, don't be sorry. Just one question regarding Devve. Is it done? Not at all. And or have you discussed the token pricing updates and other vids I can watch? It's been months since I've read. So I actually talked about it before today, like 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago, whatever. It is currently on a funding round between them and Fias, and it's going well, but it hasn't concluded yet. So they are still raising. I don't know how much they're raising. I don't know how much equity they're giving up. Blah blah blah. They are not doing. So I talked to Tom last week about like, hey, a buddy of mine's looking to buy a bunch of tokens and do an OTC deal because there's not a ton of liquidity for the tokens there. And I was like, could we do an OTC deal? He's like, it wouldn't make sense right now. Like, as in, like, he doesn't want to go in and sell any of the tokens at this price. He's only willing to give up a little bit of equity, and that's the funds that he's raising for. The tokens he doesn't want to sell. He's like, no, these tokens are going to go crazy, and he doesn't want to do any OTC deal at this price. So, you know, if he's able to do it through equity, he will. But that's a really good sign that the CEO does not want to give up any tokens. So again, it's fine. I haven't sold any of mine. I'm actually going to do a small purchase here, I think in the next month. Right now, because the attention's on OMI, I kind of have as much OMI as I really. I mean, you can never have enough OMI, right? Damn, federal gas tax is currently 18 cents a gallon and 24 cents per gallon of diesel. That is insane. So shout out to Trump for suspending federal gasoline tax, because that is bananas. It's Tybee Island. Savannah. Bro, can I take him to Portugal? Can we go to Lisbon? I'd love to do that. Anyway, so that's just a little bit of an update there. Great, thanks. Yeah, but yeah, down like everything on that investment. I'm sure most of us are. At the end of the day, you got to wait for it. You know, like you got to wait for the overall bull market. You got to wait for certain announcements. But be advised, the former CEO Ray Quintana is just a crook. He stole a bunch of tokens. Been sent a few cease and desist letters. It's a shit show. But all the partnerships are still in place. Like everything's still ready to go. They did rebuild the blockchain with AI. They did it in a matter of months. What they're doing with AI is insane. And Fias is a very, very, very fundable company. So again, the fundraising's going super well. And they form a symbiont circle. What happens to one affects the other. So as Fias gets funding, so will Devve. Devve gets funding, so does Fias, etc. His own Trump, the reason the gas prices are high, is Biden sticking on gas pumps now. I mean, that's a very, very complicated issue. If you want to be very short about it, yeah, okay, super simple explanation. Okay, Trump does tariff war, Trump does Iran war, gas go high. Sure. Long-term ramifications still are not really being, well, I guess they're being talked about a little bit, but you're just not seeing them. No one will really see them until, I mean, Iran's economy's on the brink of collapse. I'm sure they'll devalue. Their military's gone. Long term, for the price of gas, this is a good thing. But yeah, short term, obviously, is a lot of inflation, there's a lot of panic, there's a lot of knee-jerk reactions. But there's a reason he went for Venezuela before he went to Iran. Just throwing that out there. Anyway, let's go to your mom. Sounds like okay, but where? Oh my God. Okay, where is Tybee Island? Georgia. All right, if I'm going on vacation, I'm not going to freaking Georgia. Sorry, Tiff. Is there? Oh, I guess Atlanta. Atlanta sucks though. I've gone to Atlanta like every year for Dragon Con, and it just Dragon Con's fun. Atlanta is a hot mess, and it's a shit show. Dude's playing 40 chess, 10 step ahead of everyone. Agreed, sir. Agreed. Yeah. Bill Carter say, let's go, let's get this spread. Any drop I get with or airdrop I see with Suye, I always text Bill Gardner like, hey, did you get this? And he's like, yeah, bro, I did. I was like, ah, it's awesome. I love having friends in the community. It's great. Bitcoin 81,000. All right. Hey, now, lady. Yeah. Hey, we're back out 00015 for the OMI. Big green candle was going to be another big green candle, became a big red candle. And then, yeah, it's back up to greenish right now. Let's see if that stays. This is all short term, so we're not 100% sure where it'll go. Thank you. How many? Jiminy, Funko. Okay. Let me see what some of the other sales have. I didn't even. Oh, you didn't even know. Yeah, I got the knowledge, and when I say I got the knowledge, I mean everyone else's knowledge. They just text me. The beautiful thing about being Randy Chavez is I don't have to do much research. Everyone just texts me, hey, did you see this? Did you see this? And most times I do, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes I didn't see it. I was like, ah, thanks. Damn, Secret Rare Yoda's at 1,100 doll hairs. And with it at 11, today's the 11th, right? So that's, did 24,000 or I'm sorry, I did X amount of $1,000 yesterday. $45,000. This has got to be one of the top things on Stacker of all time. I'm pretty sure. $45,000 in the secondary market. That is just bananas. So just this. Actually, we can do 30 days here. So just in secondary market sales, 46,000 for Millennium Falcon, 40,000 for Yoda. Actually, why is that Yoda only counting 40,000? It should be 40. Yeah, 45,000. Hey, we do 7 days for everything. Millennium Falcon 46,000, Yoda Secret Rare 45,000. So you're looking at $91,000 in secondary sales for Millennium Falcon and Yoda just in the past 7 days. And the Millennium Falcon, that was the Secret Rare, obviously. But another 23,000 for the Millennium Falcon, common. So what was that? What did I say? It was 91. So it's 114. And then another 12, let's say 13,000. So I said 114. So 13. So 127 for the normal Yoda. And then there's 130. So $131,000 in secondary sales between the Millennium Falcons and the Yodas. So what I say? 131. So it generated an extra $3,200 for Veve and an extra $7,800 for Star Wars. That is very nice. I bet you they love those checks. So for all time on Stacker, yeah, bro, $45,000 for Secret. That's just bananas. Where's Veve? Yeah, what up, Bill Gardner? I didn't see that one there. Okay, so for all time, partner statues. Actually, partner statue crossed the $200,000 mark on Stacker. It's $1,400 for partner statue. It was 10 million OMI, which is now $1,500, but now it's down to 9.85 million. So it's still staying steady at over $1,400. Todd McFarlane had 174K. That's a 353. Veve Gold logos at 165K in all-time secondary sales on Stacker. It's at 5K right now at 34 million. Secret Rare Spider-Man is just below 3K. So at 116, Comey Secret Rare logo. Superman has 85,000. Superman is so liquid. That sells so often. $134 right now. Eddie Rizzo Batman is 53,000 in sales on secondary sales on Stacker. 864 now. Michelangelo is $49,000. It's $11,000 or $1,100 right now. Yeah, so with just being out for 7 days, the Millennium Falcon is already number 9 at $46,000 in sales, and it's at $2,300. And Yoda is at $45,000 and is the Secret Rare. So just in the last 7 days, it's now the number 9 and 10 on that. That's incredible. And it's $1,100. Like, so the top 10 can literally change at any moment in a week. Like Yoda's in the top 10 and he's been out for 2 days. That's insane secondary market value. It's bananas. And Trump, Elon Musk and Apple's Tim Cook to join President Trump on the trip to China. Awesome stuff. Awesome sauce. Okay, we have a minute before we get the Cool Rain numbers, so let's go to Foster because Foster had talked about this as well. He's got 11K followers now. Shout out to him. He says, you read that right. Veve Official is giving up 10% of every gem purchase made via USDC to support the ecosystem, while Stacker World is implementing the system free of charge. Every purchase directly buys and burns OMI from the circulating supply. You aren't bullish enough. I knew it. I knew this was bought from the circulating supply. I'm the world's greatest detective. Might have been true at one point. But so I said margins on Veve must be insane. Foster says, I know that they have quite a bit of overhead when you factor in sales tax, iOS and Android platform fees. licensing agreements, employees, R&D, et cetera, et cetera. But if Apple takes 30% of all in-app purchases as a standard form platform fee, and this initiative actually benefits their bottom line while supporting the community and token in the process. It's also a huge benefit to users who can forego the sales tax in jurisdictions where these fees are quite high, along with favorable Forex fees by purchasing USDC on Coinbase rather than relying on the App Store to calculate and convert them for you. At the end of the day, you'll never see me questioning a win, especially when it buys and burns only directly from the circulating supply. And yeah, Veve's margins must be insane. This is fantastic. I am in love with everything. All right, it's 11:20. Time to go to Monovader and see what we did. Damn, made $15,000. Bro, Veve's crushing it, crushing it, crushing your head, crushing your head. Sorry, crushing my own head. I farted. I'm so sorry. Let's see if there's any secondary market for these guys. Special edition, $9,000. Okay, that's not happening. There's no way these are being real here. Dude, the secret rare Yoda on BB is like $2,000. What the fudge? That is, again, you can get him for $1,100 on Stacker. That is insane. That is literally insane. You know what? There's other stuff that I haven't really gone over here. So I do want to see Alias sell out at some point. There's like 404 left of her. Let me type that in because I have the most. I'm the biggest holder in all of the Alias except for the secret rare, because the secret rare is like, oh, it's $80. I should get one. I'll see. Anyway, aside from that, I want to see how the other May 4th stuff is doing. Oh, this is up to 768. So this made 76, almost $7,700. I have zero desire to get these, but people was like, yeah, no, these are cool. These power droids and I'm not gonna lie, the hanger's pretty dope. The hanger's really cool. And that's the rare. There's another rare. Oh, the fuel drum set. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, some of these are pretty cool. I might get them on secondary. The Nicolette Baldari sold for $2,500. That's just such a fantastic, the beautiful one of one. So yeah, $2,500 was nice. The hangers, let's see how those did. Only 171 of these sold, so not a ton. So Sokka has been out of the limelight for a little while, but his special edition, which has only been 8 of them that have been minted. All right, you see that there's 744 editions that have been sold. A special edition mint hasn't been minted in over 230 polls. I repeat, a special edition Sokka has not been minted in over 230 polls. Now, you could spend $1,200, make the sold editions go up to 774 and still not get it. But at some point, like, if this goes to like 800, I'm just putting in like $2,000 and I'm gonna get it. Now, granted, he's probably only gonna sell for like $1,100. But yeah, and Sokka's I think are going for like $11, $12. You pretty much double your money with the secret rares though. The secret rare, my triple is 123. Okay, so you might actually triple your money on that. Anyway, some other things I wanted to, that these things kind of sneak up on you. The Street Fighter ones, you know, it's just a couple here and there, so it's never really a ton. Like this is not going to sell out, right? Like the M Bison, like these are not going to sell out. But it's just every now and then somebody buys one, somebody buys one, somebody buys one. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle boxes. These might actually sell out at some point. The 6,700 of these have been bought. So that made $33,000 as of literally last month, like at the end of April or like beginning of May. That was only $30,000. So it's been an extra couple of grand because people keep pulling and they keep trying for the sewer, like the golden sewer manhole. So like I feel like a lot of people and even me, I haven't taken a look at some of the stuff from April because I just haven't. Oh, the rats are still $3. Bring it down to $1. I'll buy them all from y'all. Turtle, because I have like 29 of those rats because they're cool. I stack the most like useless things. Oh, God. Okay, so it's only $2 for the turtle in gems, but it's like $7 on Stacker. $2 for the turtle is not bad though. What's the mutagen? The mutagen I feel like is also not going to be a huge thing that people collect. Oh my gosh, my back. As soon as it shows up, I'll tell everyone what it is. I'll show. Okay, there we go. So right meow, we are at $2.62. What's Omi right now? Omi's 00015 still. Start charging this thing over here. There we go. Okay. All right. Omi's kind of staying steady. Let's keep it that way. All right, so the mutagen's $2.62. Let's see what the pizza boxes are. I think these were the ones that were the cheapest. So there is that. I just farted. I'm so sorry. There is that little tease that, oh, you know what? If you get a rat and a mutagen, maybe you can combine them one day and get a splinter. Like I don't think that's what's going to happen, but I guess it is possible. The pizza man. Oh, and the pizza box is only $1.50 on Veve, $2.25 on Stacker. So here's the reason why I am certain that the Mandalorian drop will sell out before the end of the month. Because like today, again, today's drop. It just what is it at now? 1183 now. So it's on over $17,000. And again, it's cool. Like but like I that like some like a decent amount of people are skipping it. But again, it's still crushing. Like this would not have done half this 6 months ago. So it's just, again, we're getting so many new users each and every day, and I'll go in and I'll talk about the new users. We were averaging, I think, you were getting around 300-ish, around 50 people a day. But last week we got over 400 people. It's pretty dope. If there was ever a time for me or my network to like buy Omi, like it's now. Like the people are coming. NFT markets in general, not just Veve. Like, so it's not exclusive or specific to Veve. Pudgy penguins, Milady makers, any of the apes, whether it's bored apes or mutant apes. I said pudgies and little pudgies. Like they're all crushing it. They're all getting a lot of people. 20 mutagens just in case. Fudge. If I need to get the mutagens, I don't know. But again, it's like these. When you have weeks like let's say like next week, where's KCBMW? He's got the drop thing. Fine. All right, where's your updated calendar, KCBMW? Oh my gosh. KCBMW, where did you go? I miss you so. Okay, drop calendar from 20 hours ago. Honestly, this is a good week too. Like even though, 20 grand yesterday from the IDO drop, we'll do 20 grand today as well. Sorry, give me 1 second. Business message. Call end of the month underneath. Let me ask his schedule. Give me a brief overview. What he's hoping to do? Question mark. So like a lot of what I do is a lot of brokering, a lot of deals. I just like, hey, I set people up, they do a business deal, I get a little commission. But for Dacat, which obviously I own, I can't say exactly how much I own because I own the majority of. But I haven't taken a salary. I'll take a commission and I'll take like a check when stuff starts to really roll in. But the deal that I had with Loki to the rescue and the long-term deal that went to the Dacat Chronicles balance sheet. And for anyone that wants to buy into Dacat Chronicles, and because there's some people like Mr. MC1 that have part of my YouTube channel, and they get revenues of whatever deals that are done on YouTube via that. Any sponsorships, affiliate links, whatever. But for Dacat Chronicles, it's going to be the same thing. Like that deal that I did with Loki to the rescue, and hopefully long-term deal that goes to Dacat Chronicles, and whoever's going to be owner of that is going to, they'll get some of the revenues. Obviously, it's going to be after profits and stuff. And again, they'll be entitled to. Let's say if we get bought, like our balance sheet right now is small. Where is the? Yeah, I will find it and I will show y'all. What is this? What are this? I don't know. Okay, that's what this are. Very good. So the Dacat Chronicles wallet, it's like 5K, right? We got the cat on there, we got Ethereum, we got OMI, got USDC, got Devve that used to be worth a little bit, it's worth nothing now. This is going to be and there's also something that they own that I can't really disclose yet, but this balance sheet will grow. It'll do a multiple of this. Give me 1 sec. It'll do a multiple of this at some point, which is very good. Ronnie Light says, yo. Hey. Bill Garner says, things are heating up. Can't wait to set up that Wagner auction. Me neither. I can't wait to tell people how it's going to happen. I can't wait to tell people who's involved, and I can't wait for the market day. It's going to be great. It's going to be great, Bill Gardner. Okay, guys, as a reply guy post I made hit 95,000 views, and so many people don't understand buying pictures. Oh, can you tag me in that or send that to me before you do, or just go and grab that real quick. So why I'm confident that Mando will sell out is because the idols are there. Some of them are cool, and some of these guys are cool, and the Web of Spider-Man, I don't know how that's going to do. An Incredible Hulk, that'll sell out. That'll sell out very easily. And then more of the Imperial idols, like the Royal Guards, those are really cool. But they're not like we just had the greatest week like ever, right? It was impressive. But you have the end of the month, you got IG11, and then you got BB8, so those will be good. But you have really all of next week and the week after with really not much going on. So I feel like when people get kind of bored and OMI's going up and they have the OMI, what are they going to do? They're probably going to get some gems, and they're probably going to like, oh, look, Mandalorian movie's coming out. Only 1,000 of these guys, technically 969, and they're probably going to go in and they're going to buy them. A lot of people started to already, because as newer people come in, like you can get the discount, man, like you can get the Din Djarin like $20, probably even less on the secondary market. But nobody wants that guy. They want Mando, right? They want him with the Beskar armor. They want him next to his Grogu. That's what they want. All right, thank you, Kaki Gaijin. All right, so we got Bull Theory. Oh shit, give me one sec. Okay, well I know you're looking to make money, but oh, okay. Okay. Looking to sell of his company or buy some of Devve. Because we could do that. We could really do that. I'm sorry, give me 1 second here. Fantastic. Anyway, Bull Theory says someone bought Jack Dorsey's first ever tweet NFT for $2.9 million. Today it's worth less than 5. No, it's not. Like if someone could buy that as an NFT for $5, I'm sure they would. I would. Like, I'll buy it for 10. Like, this is just anti-NFT slander. Kaki Gaijin says, thanks to you guys, NFTs are thanks to you guys thinking NFTs are scams, I was able to collect this set of Blackpink NFTs. Some of them have 19 available to the public. That is pretty dope. We have Dimitri, someone on X, 37,000 followers, saying, have any NFTs retained or increased in value at all? Might be a genuine question, might not be. Kaki Gaijin says, I bought this for $77 last week, and it's currently 144-ish. So he's talking about the Millennium Falcon. I think that's in gems. Like that. And you have 140-ish. There's Veve. All right, so it's a bunch of the Veve fam coming in. A guy named Dao Zhang, who I'm pretty sure is a bot account from somewhere, has got 19 followers, says, insane how much hate bro is getting for spending his earned money on something he enjoys while being able to say he could sell anytime for 2x. Y'all suck. Kaki Gaijin says, I've made much more than 2x on some. Heck, the other day I bought a Yoda for $50 and sold it for $500 minus the fee of $457. Or minus the fee, and he netted $457. Dowdy the Laker, 195 followers, says, how damn dumb can you be to buy a digital picture? I think he's smart enough to be able to structure a sentence properly in English, but anyway, how damn dumb can you be to buy a digital picture? Kaki Gaiden says, it's not just a picture, I can play with it. And he shows a picture of it in AR, or a video of it in AR doing really cool things. I don't know how long this video is going to go on for. And if he does if he hits the lights, I don't know if he's going to hit it. Come on, hit the engine. Hit the engine. Oh, he hit the engines. Pew! That looks really cool. Anyway, so after he said that, let's see the replies on it. Daddy Laker says, looks like a Snapchat filter, and he paid $70 for it. Wow. Kagadin says, and I could sell it for $140 now if I wanted to. LOL. Daddy the Laker says, you should. Kagadin says, I mean, I've sold plenty over the years. I remember selling a $7 comic for $2,400. Daddy Laker says, something tells me you're not being truthful. Oh, God, this dude's retarded. Guy named 6900 says, I sold an NFT I got for free for $75,000. You need to open your mind to better opportunities. That Laker says, sure did, bud. Let me guess. Like that guy, you can't prove it, but it happened. I should take your word for it. All right, this guy is just retarded. Kaika says, I'm not scrolling that far back, but like clearly, like here's all the buys and sells. Like it's on the blockchain. Guy named David says, do you whale star citizenships too? I'm not even sure what that is, but Kaidence says, nah, I don't do that game. Mostly into fandoms that I've had for decades, and some recent ones like Solo Leveling. Oh, hell yeah, I mentioned that Solo Leveling. Yeah, fan of old Star Wars. So yeah, I think there's just a lot. I don't even want to say haters. It's just that dude Dowdy the Laker just hasn't. I mean, it's a world he's not into. So I don't even want to say that he's hating. He's just very, very skeptical. And maybe for good reason, because a lot of NFTs are rug pulls and scams. But it just seems that he's not in this world. I mean, his profile picture is him with a bottle of Henny outside of a convenience store. So again, I think he's just not in this world, and it's all foreign to him, and it's just like, this doesn't make sense. And it doesn't. You're telling me I could buy something for, it's like a digital picture. Again, if you're not in this world, it makes sense. Do really well selling company. Oh, very nice. Will let you know availability. Sorry, guys, give me 1 second here. How do I copy this? Copy, Tom. Give me 1 sec. Location. For the end of the month. Okay. Let me go to my boy Tom. My friend is business partners with this guy. He's looking to deploy a bunch of capital. Would you be willing to do a call us before the end of the month? Question mark. All right, Tom, get that bread. Sorry, doing some more fundraising for the Fias and the Devve. Ronnie Lito says exactly. When moon's a face. Oh, it's a facer. Been a while. I think the word is NFT word is doomed. Doomed. Cardinal says, good evening, Chavi Cat. I've noticed a lot of willfully ignorant people when it comes to our society. Not limited to NFT and digital collectibles / highlights, etc. Willful ignorance. I don't entertain anymore. Yeah. I don't either. I mean, part of it is, and again, I get it. Like it's like if I had no idea what NFTs were, and somebody just tells me, because again, a lot of times it's not explained the right way. But let's say somebody tells me like badly, like, bro, just buy these digital pictures. You buy them, and so, and it depends who it comes from too, because if it's coming from someone that has had a history of success, and it's like, hey, listen, even if they say it like this, even if they themselves don't understand it, they're like, hey, listen, I don't fully understand like this blockchain thing. A lot of it's over my head. All I know is that you can buy this for X, you could sell it for Y. I've done it before. Look into it. Even something like that, if it's from someone that's fairly successful and intelligent, that's like, okay, and especially someone that you trust, cool. But if you're, let's say, somebody that is, and I don't know what that guy on X does for life or whatever, but if you're somebody that is doing okay, and somebody that that you've always historically done better than, or is just for a fact is like, okay, like this person is a little bit dumber than me. I have to like explain things a certain way to them, and they come to me and say, like, bro, you know how you can make money, and it's like what already bad start off, and it's like, bro, digital pictures, bro. And it's that old lines like, okay, like why would anyone buy this? Like yeah, you should buy like $100 worth of this. And it's like, why would I buy that? Like this little thing right here, I just screenshot. Okay, it's mine now. like that really retarded. But again, it's because they don't understand blockchain and nobody's explaining it to them the correct way. And then you have the people that would say that just can get to a couple of layers deep and say, hey, I've heard of these types of things before. I've heard of these type of pyramid schemes where, you know, you kind of get like there's no easy way to make money, right? There's no shortcut. Like that doesn't make sense. It does not compute, messing with my world mind. And you have people say, but look, like Khaki Guy is even showing him, like, these are all my buys and sells. They're right here. And that guy will stick to the ignorance and be like, all I know is you can't do that. You know, you have to work hard, you have to do whatever. And I'm not saying that this is not like hard work, like every type of work is hard in its own way, but there's some people that can't think that far ahead. Like they can't, like there's some people that don't play chess. There's some people that are just like playing checkers. And you can do, but there's only so many moves with checkers, right? There's only so many moves there. With chess, there's a near infinite amount of moves that you can do. And it's just the people that are willfully ignorant. There's like, all I know is this, and that's as far as their mind can take them. And they can't explore those other options. So a lot of it is not, yeah, it's just ignorance. Some of it's lack of intelligence. But I'm not that good at explaining certain things. I like to think I am, but I feel like sometimes it gets a little harder. But yeah, sometimes you could explain things perfectly and people just be like, nah, I don't know what the fear is. Maybe afraid of success, maybe fear of like whatever, even if it doesn't make sense. Like, oh, I fear I might lose money. Like I remember, so I told a bunch of friends about the Millennium Falcon drop, all the bounties that were there on that. And a lot of them just like, yeah, I'll do it. And the ones that were skeptical will be like, hey, listen, if you lose any money, I'll make you whole. I will give you back that money. So there's virtually no risk to them. And they're just like, nah, not my thing. Thanks. Well, like that's just, I don't know what that is. That people are fine staying in their lane, they're fine not adventuring, they're fine in that little bubble. But I literally told, I told a bunch of my friends about that drop, and I think most of them did it. But there was a couple of people where they were like concerned, like, well, what if I don't hit it? Do I like lose this money? I was like, well, you'll probably be able to sell it for, you know, at least as much, if not more. And they're like, nah, I'm good. And I was like, listen, if you can't sell it for as much, I'll make you whole. Like I'll just buy it from you at more than what you paid for it. This way you get made whole. And they're like, I'm just nah, I'm good. Thank you though. And again, I don't want to like push them and be like whatever. I was like, okay, losing out on your chance for like $10,000 here, $13,000. There's virtually no risk. But I was like, okay, no problem. And then again, Friendo67, who I told to go for the drop, happened to get the number 6 special edition, and she sold it for 3,300. Epic. And she sold it for Omi. And Omi's up since she sold it. So that is also great. We're still staying at 00015. Like we did go down below that, you know, a couple of times, a little bit, but now we'll see. Oh, we actually went up to 156 for a minute there and back down. So a couple times. Using mostly unverified. Okay, yeah. Not general community, correct. E-scale update, emails. Okay. Take vitamin C, please. Buffalo woman is facing charges after using a kayak in a mall fountain while dressed as a pirate and shouting orders at shoppers. Wife material right there. Tell me about the place. I've only ever been to Atlanta, and while fun, the city is a shithole. not a sit hole. A shit hole. Okay, there we go. Veve and its AR has proof in the puffing, in the pudding. Agreed. Night, boys. Oh, sorry. All right. Good night, Kaki Gaijin. We love you. Meow, 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 meow. Let me see. Oh my gosh. All right, going back to the Monovader and see what we've got. Oh, 1459. Nice, nice. 21,000 doll hairs. Very good, very good. Ew, no, not. Let's fucking do this shit. Give me one sec. Report as spam. There we go. Where are we at here? Pudgy, little pudgies. So when I say Pengu morning, you say it back. Let me give them a nice Pengu morning because they're awesome. I love those little guys. Everything is awesome when you're part of a team. All right. Let's go on to the stacker real quick. I know I went over the Ninja Turtle stuff. I really want more pizza boxes, but I don't need them. I don't need them. I want more aliases. So now that I've gotten more alias covers than anyone, and you know, I got my Yoda, got my Millennium Falcon. I'm happy. I don't really need to. I'm going to get IG-11 and BB-8 though. I don't really need a ton of the other drops. And I'm going to go for the Todd McFarlane drop because there's a $2,000 bounty, you know, on that. Oh God, what's the name of that? Shoot. For that, why is it not on the freaking the one that Comics and Crypto's given a bounty for? Incredible Hulk number 340, mint number 1988. Hell yeah. Definitely going to go for that as well. What else do we got? And Mandalorian. Yeah, I got to wait on Mando. Because I don't want to buy him right now. I'll buy him before he sells out. But only just before he sells out. All right, coming soon. Web of Spider-Man. That drops on tomorrow. I don't think that's going to do that well. Final confrontation between Spider-Man and his new costume. 2,000 editions. But the Incredible Hulk one, definitely going to get. And the Ido. So yeah, we have a couple of weeks where, you know, Omi's going up, and there's going to be a bunch of people looking to spend that money. And where are they going to spend it? What is they're probably going to spend it on that Mandalorian drop, and they're probably going to go back to older drops like the Alias number 1. I think sells out at some point. Sokka won't sell out, but I expect people to mint until he gets the special edition minted, which this should happen before the end of the month. Also, I expect the pizza box with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle drop to sell out because people are going to be looking for that sewer, which I think is a couple $100. Oh, it's $139. Okay, it's not that much. So they might not. But I expect a couple more of these M Bisons to sell. Not a lot. People are just gonna want the set. There'll be a couple of the Phoenix 5s, like the. So this is Cyclops with a little bit of the Phoenix Force in him. So that's Secret Wars Cyclops. They might actually have that for this version of Cyclops in Doomsday. Because in Secret Wars, what happens is one of the incursions is about to happen. You have the main Marvel 616 universe and the Ultimate Marvel universe. The Ultimate Marvel universe is pretty much the MCU, and they're clashing together. And the Ultimate Marvel universe, like the MCU, is kind of getting their butts kicked. And then Sentinels come out, and then Cyclops comes out when he's got He's got a little bit of the Phoenix Force in him. He's got a Phoenix Egg. Oh my God, it's dope. But I imagine some more of him will sell. And then one of the other big ones is the Raphael. So the Raphael here, the mint number 87 for the special edition has not been minted. I have a special edition, but it's mint number like 29, which is cool. You know, it's pretty dope. It's a cool thing, but the mint number 87 has yet to be minted. And the mint number 29 I got super cheap. I got for like 4 million OMI. Mint number 76 has been minted on, 3 days ago, on the 8th. So mint number 87, which someone's really gonna want, that's why a couple of people will go in and they'll still buy it. I don't know how much the Raphael Ultra Rare is. Probably not that much. But let's take a look. But I do expect more people to buy it, just to try to mint that special edition as well. Oh, it's at $37, so it's actually, yeah, you don't really lose that much. I don't have any, unfortunately. I just have this special edition. But this one is 849 left. So will it do another 33 grand, this month? No. But will it do another couple grand? Yeah, probably. Mike Gazelians, what's your prediction of the impact of USDC-to-gem burning of OMI? I think we've already seen some volume this morning from that. I mean, at least on OMI, because we're staying steady at 00015. We're actually a little bit above it. So we had a green candle, and we had a big pump up to 0000158. It went way back down 0000148, and then actually even lower to like 1465, 147, and then back up to 1560. It's 1539 now. So where does this shake out? Because it does seem to be a little bit of a battle. Like, you had a bunch of people because of that. Hey, because it's not just like OMI to gem, where it's like people are taking their OMI and they're saying like, okay, I'm going to use this to buy gems, and then some of their OMI that they already had is being burned. That doesn't create any buy pressure. That removes from the circulating supply, and that's great. But it doesn't create any buy pressure. The USDC to gem, that creates buy pressure for the token. That is essentially buybacks. They're taking 10% of what would go to their bottom line, and it's like, yeah, we're going to use it to buy the token. Oh, cool. You're going to use that to refill your business development wallet, which I would like. They're like, no, we're going to use it to burn it. I was like, oh, so they buy it and then they burn it, which is really, really cool. So it's everyone in the token hold, like, that's just a major benefit. That is constant buy pressure on the token. Because again, why would you go in and pay for gems on the app where most countries you have to pay an insane amount of taxes? Like $100 might cost you $130. Like, that's retarded. No, I'm not doing that. You would much rather go and take USDC to buy it just because it's cheaper. Not like, I understand people that would, even with no incentive, like, no, I'll do that because it's might, take a little more time for me to do that. I buy it on Coinbase, I send the USDC to here, and I do it. It takes a little more time, but I'll do it just, for the OMI burn, whatever. It's better for the company. They save on the fees, but that's not why people do it. And I don't care why people do it. I just care that it happens. People will do it because it's cheaper to do that than it is to buy on the app. How does Mechanic truly burn OMI in a severe way? Well, severe, you're going to have to define that. App factors, consumer hype, converting fiat, narrative condition. Like, what's your definition of severe? We had, I think, 50 something million OMI burn, or like 30 to 50 million, each month up until March. Then it became 60. Then we did 80 million OMI burn. So 60 million in March, 80 million in April, and we will do over 100 million OMI burn this month as well. So the burns are increasing. The amount of people that we're getting here are increasing. Now, we're also having the OMI price go up. So you would expect that the burns to actually go down, but they're not yet, at least not yet. So we'll see how that goes. Senator Bernie Moreno says the banking cartel is in full panic mode over the Crypto Clarity Act. For decades, these banks have treated your deposits like their personal piggy bank, paying you next to nothing while lending your money out for massive profits and executive bonuses. Now that innovative stablecoins threaten to break their monopoly and give you actual financial freedom? They're running to Congress again, screaming about threats to economic growth and financial stability. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. But yeah, Michael, I don't know if you were around last cycle, but this is a big rallying point. Like last time, everyone was so pumped about buybacks that's what they rallied around. And this is essentially a buyback. And this goes in and just like, yeah, they take their revenues and they use some of it to buy back the token. And it's not like it's refilling a wallet, which I think some of it should go to refilling the wallet, but no, they're just buying it back to burn it, which is incredible. So again, really, really excited about that. Very, very, very excited. And this is, I don't know if this is part of Foster's, utility thing, because it might be. I mean, his utility thing hasn't technically been announced yet, so I'm sure this might have been part of it. And people walk around. We have a long road ahead of us. Yes, we do. Back in the mission. Shout out to Loki to the rescue, saying still surreal, going from hiding under porches to having people around the world backing the mission. We have a long road ahead of us all. I love them so much. So let's go over some of Foster's responses. Death Bunny says, is it 10% up to a certain amount, or is it infinite? Will this 10% burn be permanent or just for a certain time period? Foster said, it's 10% for every gem purchase with USDC, with no limits or time periods planned at this time. However, Veve ultimately reserves the right to change and modify or cancel the program if they choose. Death Bunny says, roger that. Great news and exciting times. Foster said, gotta add those boring disclaimers at the end, but needless to say, I'm also very excited for what's to come, meaning that there's a lot more that to Foster here than meets the eye. Let's go to more of his replies. Scott Colantonio says, when does the OMI burn begin? Does it start today? Foster says, the feature is live, so I look forward to watching the burn commence. Mike O says, can you assure us that burns are from the circulating supply? What exchange will you partner with to buy back the token from circulating supply? Foster says, the buy and burn originates on base layer 2, where tokens are purchased from the Uniswap pool. They are then sent to Ethereum layer 1 to the 0x000 dead wallet address. No assurance needed. All info transactions will be visible on chain. Total Golf saying, fun thing. So, I read that before. Foster says it's all part of the plan. Mr. Grip says, okay, that's 1 out of 12 pages. Foster says, well, actually, it's probably going to be out of the 14 pages, and we don't know if this is going to be part of that. And this is all while, so Figgy or M Figgy says, I want to be following all apes. Can you reply here if I'm not following you? If I'm already following you, please retweet this for better visibility. Apes together strong. Foster Hill says, setting the example right from the top. M Figgy, apes follow apes. Foster is deep entrenched into this ape community now, and that is beautiful. Why is it beautiful? Because Foster's the Akomi community manager. I think you can take some of those Bored Ape holders and bring them over to Veve. Almost. Oh, nice. Screenshot. Yeah, so I love what Foster's doing here. Everyone giving Foster his flowers on live. We love him. Damn, is Yoda $1,300 now? No. Give me 1 sec. So yeah, and honestly, green candles get more green candles. So the news is great, but the green candle, okay, it's $1,200 for Yoda. Okay. Nope. That's a lie. Yoda is almost 1,400. How is Yoda almost as much as a partner statue? I mean, I guess there's so few of him, right? 250 of them. Who the fudge is Minotaur 69? He's got 4 of these freaking things. The Fancy's got 3. Pilot 24H got 3. Millionaire Kid is 3. Decree's got 3. It's literally like almost $1,400 now. Fudge. 1377. That is bananas. Anyway, we're very excited for all this to happen. Good luck. Yes, thank you, far too kind. And again, Veve's crushing it. All right, let's see. Gummies, very good. Booth has responded to something I'm saying. Oh gosh. Yes, Gatorlord, good stuff. Let's check how much those Ninja Turtles drop, but I just went over. But let's take a look at Monovader and see. Oh, they did it. They did $23,000. That is fantastic. Ooh, poor girl. Sending you lots of healing vibes. But yeah, $23,000 in an hour for this drop. That again is cool. Let's see what some of them are selling for. All right, the rare is going for $5. Uncommon for $4.50, and the other uncommon for I'm not gonna lie, that uncommon with its all chrome, that's pretty dope. Like that's pretty sweet. Special edition's only $200. Really? Huh. I mean, there's only 77 of them. I'll go for more. Secret rare is 55. Ooh, the common's $2. Hmm. Yeah, common's $2. Oh shoot, I have 19 cents in my account. I have to get more gems. I was gonna buy it because it's super cheap. Psyduck. But yeah, that's dope. And I keep checking back on the Mandalorian stuff because I want to see where that goes. Anyway, live for about an hour and a half right now. Let's see. Like, I can't believe that Yoda is up to pretty much it's $13.77, almost like $1,400. That's, and then it goes to $15.30 after that. It's a 10 million on me. So we were at 153. I'll see where we are at Omi in a second after I clicked the thing already. I want to see where we go. But Stacker's being a little. I think Stacker's going to get an update at some point soon because it's been. There we go. There we go. Ooh, we had a AF-15 sell for $6,000 or 39 million Omi. And now the floor is $6,800 at 44.5 million Omi. Millennium Falcon 24 hundo. Millennium Falcon Common is 127. And the normal Yoda is still above retail. Oh, we had Journey into Mystery number 83, first appearance of the Thor. That's one sold for $754. Secret Rare Luke Skywalker sold for $550. Do we have an Assassin's Creed sell for $382? Yeah, Edward wrote the scent. There's like 30 of these freaking things. Why did he sell for that much? It had to have been like the year it was number 55. I don't know why it sold for 55. Or I don't know how it sold for that, because you can get the VV floor price is only 25. There's no way. Edward Rope Descent. Hold on. Hold on. There's no way he's like $25. Yeah, no, I would say there's no way one was out there for $25. Unless one was, and it just and then the OG Devil Bunny? Is this a Tristan Eaton? OG Devil Bunny. This is an old school one that came out in 2021. And Yeah, two of them sell for 170 each. That is interesting. Or it's two sold for 343, so I'm guessing 170 each. Unless one was like 200, one was like 140, which is possible. That is bananas. I'm pajamas, I'm walking down the stairs. Bitcoin at 81.5. Bro, Secret Rare Yoda be climbing. And again, he's dope. All right, let's see what Akomi's doing on the rest. Okay, we're actually at 15.4. All right, no, 15.3 on the. So it looks like it looks like it's trying to break out. Like each high is higher than the last. So obviously this will come down a little bit. Does it go back up after that? I don't know. And where are we here? And the volume, and there's not a ton of volume. It's 1.2 million in volume. Base we're at 70K in volume. OKX at 67K. Ethereum's 12K. Gate.io is 29K. MEXC's 100K. Bing X 278. Kraken 14K. 17 if you include Euro. So really not a lot there. Yeah, what's up, Felix? How's it going? Yeah. Magures. Hey, Randy, what's up? Oh, my back. No, my other back. I'm gonna probably do I'll try to go to the gym at some point. Because I'm very excited about this. Hey Randy, 10% burn. How bullish you feel? That's why I've been live for an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. Like, we all kind of did the drop here together. And we again generated $23,000 here. Yeah. Actually, yeah, $23,400, which I was not expecting here. And yesterday, so it's weird that one, and this is what I think. You have a couple of chases, ultra rare, secret rare, and the special edition. It did more than the Scout Trooper yesterday. This is an officially licensed Star Wars thing. And it's $20. The other one's $15. So I think people like the lower price point. And I think people like the chase. The chase is ultra rares too. How many of the ultra rares are there here? Yeah, the ultra rares. The ultra rares below retail. How is that? Ultra rare is 12. You can get 15. The ultra rare is only that. I mean so it's $15. So the secret rare is like a 3-ish X, 4X. So that's 177. And a special edition is let me see here real quick. That's over a 10X. That's like a 13X, 14X. Which is fine. So I guess it's the special edition and the secret rares. Those are the ones that people are going for. But I'm surprised that the ultra rare is actually below retail, because that's pretty scarce as well. But the commons are $1.99. Kind of want to stack a few of them, but if I'm gonna get that, I'm gonna try to get more alias number ones if I can. But yeah, the very bullish today on that, and people are responding, but I don't want to say people respond for the wrong reasons. This isn't just a new Omi burn mechanism where Akomi just burns like a billion Omi. Like it's bi-pressured burns, because you have Omi to gem, which 7% burns, and that's great. But that doesn't create buy pressure for Omi. That only creates burns, which is fine. But the USDC to Omi, or I'm sorry, USDC to gem is a higher percentage, 10%, and it creates buy pressure directly from Uniswap. So that's really freaking cool. That they've done that, and it's on base. And then it goes right to burn. So I'm feeling really, really fantastic about that. And that's why, and even Akomi says you can now use Stacker World to purchase the official gems at USDC. Every USDC to gem conversion triggers a 10% buy and burn of OMI directly from the circulating supply. 1 USDC equals 1 gem. Start your collecting journey at Stacker World. Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah, brother. And then you have some retarded peeps that is like, nobody cares. Veve died back in 2021. It's like, bro, like they doubled revenue month over month from March to April. And they're not going to double again, right? They're not going to go to $1 million this month, but they'll do 600K. So yeah, let me, what is this? Always will be. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, so the guy that said that is just a hater. So we're going to go and block that person. D Johnny says this is bullish. Cryptocurrency. Scarface is giving that Jonah Hill meme. It says couldn't be more bullish on that news. Agreed. Same. Absolutely loving this. Papa keeps reminding me that real work starts after lunch. Anybody can show up when things are exciting. The hard part is staying focused after the noise dies down, continuing to build, continuing to show up every day. Good thing we're not going anywhere. Love Loki to the rescue. I'm just hoping OMI stays down through the summer. You know, it might. It's possible. I mean, again, a lot of liquidity for Bitcoin at 53 to 55K level. It's very possible to get there. And if it does, you know, we get it should take alts down with it. But on the opposite end of that, you have NFTs in general that are heating up. So even without all of this bullish OMI news, we still would have been, you know, I think we bottom at 00010 like 8 or something. We'd probably be like 00012, 13, give or take, like even, but now like 00015, we're up 40-something%, almost 50% from those lows. I'm very thankful to have gotten a decent amount of OMI recently. So officially I've got over 300 million. Obviously I wish I could have more. And I've gotten a lot of cool stuff also. You know, I've gotten a secret rare Spider-Man, gotten the Todd, and the Todds are worth, you know, not a lot, but I've got 5 partner statues now, special edition Raphael. But I've gotten a couple of Lil Pudgies, gotten a couple of VFriends Series 2s, and it's good. So even, and I was showing you before, Dacat, fuck, give me 1 sec here. I'm on my, well, get back to you when it's over. Even on the Dacat balance sheet, we have a VFriend Series 2 right now. And there'll be other stuff on the Dacat balance sheet also. I don't know if it does stay down. It's possible if Bitcoin does a retrace and we have a heavy retrace, you know, we have one more push down. And if we do have another push down, it might take alt and OMI with it. But I think that it's like the new hantavirus, right? I see some people online like freaking out, like, oh God, they're ready for lockdowns again. You know, it's the Rona 2.0. Like, you know, I got to tell my kids not go anywhere. You know, it's spreading, it's bad. And it's like everyone in the world is like, we've done that before. We shouldn't have done it the first time. We're never doing it again. I feel like in that same breath with NFTs, you have people that are saying like, yeah, listen, we've been down for years. we're back now. We've consolidated this art, and the cream is rising to the top. The market did what it should have, and it got rid of all the shit projects. It got rid of all the rug pulls and scams, the grifters. And now that we know which projects are surviving, which projects are building, which ones have meaningful revenues and docs owners and all that, it's like, okay, that's the time. Like, we know where the money should go now. So now everyone can take their new funds that they get, and they allocate it towards things that they know are going to survive or have a very high likelihood of surviving. And that's where the money's concentrated. So I think even if NFT, or even if Bitcoin and Ethereum go down, the NFT market's like, okay, cool, you can go down if you want to. We're just going to continuously take new capital and put it into the IPs that we love and the communities that we love, and we're just going to keep funding money on this. And it doesn't matter what Bitcoin or ETH goes down to. New, like there was a billion USDC minted yesterday. That happens all the time. And you're going to get more and more money, as real world money, as people work and they do whatever, they get commissions, they cash paychecks, and it's going to go into stuff that has gone up over the last few months. You know, you bottomed out with Bored Ape Yacht Club at like 4 ETH, Mutant Apes at even, you know, much less. Pudgies and Little Pudgies, V-Friends and V-Friends Series 2. Like, pick your poison. I guarantee you most, whether it's chimpers, claynosaurs, guarantee you they all had bottomed months ago. And now that people are seeing a little green, like, okay, that was the bottom. It's safe to buy now. So if that holds true, and now that Omi's got all this utility, and there's no, we still don't have Foster's announcement for his like 14-page paper, what that's all about. We don't know what that entails. We know Foster's very bullish. So I think that I'm going to say right now it's a coin flip. Oh, it's all good. I think right now it's a coin flip. It's Schrodinger's Omi. Do we stay down, or do we go back down? Do we go up? Do we stay the same? Like, we're not going to know until it happens. The UAE officially allows residents to pay government fees with crypto. Huzzah! Similar to what Josh Mandel did. He was the former state treasurer of Ohio, allowing people to pay their taxes in Bitcoin. Veve says, are you planning to come to NFC in Lisbon, or still not this year? Probably can't this year. It's really soon. I do have other trips that are planned for the end of May, and I probably won't. Oh, I have to go to New York City this day too. Yeah, I still probably won't be able to, unless Definity does a crazy run, or I get a big Dacat. I mean, I do have to focus on the Dacat, the cat business, because we're finishing our cap raise fairly soon, and you know, I don't want to like finish the cap raise and be, oh yeah, sorry guys, I'm gonna bounce, go on vacation for, you know, I'm gonna want to have to. I'm gonna have to work on that and show like investors, hey, here's what I'm doing, and especially now if I'm gonna do this thing with Loki, you know, the Loki to the rescue. I don't want to just be like, and again, the deal we did was like, you know, for a month, hey, write this comic, do whatever. The guy Loki, he's coming on the podcast or he's coming on the stream at 8:30 on Wednesday. So yeah. I don't want to go in and start all these things and say like, yeah, first order of business, I'm going on vacation. I just can't do that. But if there's a big surge in like Definity, or if Omi like quadruples or whatever, you know, like, yeah, sure, you know, but yeah. Hello, Randy. Dr. Gold here, burning that Omi. What's up, Dr. Gold? How's it going? I dig your the infinite something, but I dig your PFP. Just be patient and wait for Lisbon peeps. Normally big news comes during an event, which is NFC Lisbon. I can't wait for that news. I do think there will be, yes. Rand Paul said today the DOJ must charge Fauci for lying under oath or lose the chance forever. This man oversaw gain-of-function research at the Wuhan lab, lied to Congress about it repeatedly, and watched as you were called crazy for asking questions. statute of limitations expires tomorrow. The American people have waited long enough for accountability. Agreed. 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 Yeah. Just have patience, wait for Lisbon. Yep, normally big news. The burn would be great, comes during big events. I think they will also. Boss the Betty, give me those dabs. Understood, bro. Wish you luck on the project, maybe next year. Unless something crazy happens, should definitely be next year. Yep, Senator Bernie Moreno says banking cartel is in full panic mode. Market structure bill is set to be voted on in the next 2 days. American Bankers Association is pushing banks to lobby against new stablecoin rules that could let users earn yield directly. Heck those banks. Oh. We got Bartholomew got the secret rare number 71 on today's drop. Shout out to Bart Omi. It was an infinite abundance. Okay, I went to Egypt and attained enlightenment. How? Am I Anakin Skywalker in Revenge of the Sith? Because is it possible to learn this power? I'm genuinely asking. Because I don't know if it is or not. And I would like to achieve that. 15.5. 15.5 for Omi. We're at almost the halfway mark of the hour. So we did wind up closing that candle green 30 minutes ago, and this one's a little bit up. But yeah, that's interesting. We had a nice little sandwich there. A sandwich. But the Magor, any price prediction for Falcon and Yoda? I didn't think they'd get this high this quickly. I mean, the Yodas are. Hang on one sec. Where is the Yoda? This is $1,400 before, or it was $1,377. And I was like, hey, you know what? There's like 6 of these between $800 and $980, on Veve. That's a lot. It's a lot there. I don't know how many people are going to buy them. And then the 1,000 mark was kind of a struggle. And then it was like 1,100, like, okay. And now, it shot up. Same as partner stashes. Partner stashes I got like 2 weeks ago. I got one of them for like 6 million ohms, like 8. Like now it's like, now that ohm's gone up, and it's like 9.5, 10 million ohm. So yeah, now it's $1,395. It is it's pretty much $1,400 for Yoda secret rare right now. He's going up. He's the same amount of mints almost as what is Miles Morales? How many mints for Miles? I'm gonna take a look at him real quick. Now, obviously, Miles is Spider-Man, right? He's like, if you're under the age of 30, your Spider-Man's probably Miles. Yeah, it's 249 in circulation. Again, if you are, and you could get them for $10,000 if you really want. Damn, Clever Jerk has 3 of those things. Damn. But yeah, if you, now he's Spider-Man. If you're under the age of 30, that's your Spider-Man. But 249, Yoda is 250. I'm not saying Yoda gets to where Miles is, at least not right now. I believe that if he gets in a blow off top bull run, I mean, you could get several. You could probably get $10,000 for this Yoda in a blow off top bull run. And again, it seems like it's kind of starting. Ton of new users every day. Veve's crushing it with their funds. They're absolutely crushing it. And yeah, this is a big one. Connect with Universe, I'll glimpse of the future. Oh my God, please tell me about it. Please DM me, please, or don't, and just comment right here. Whatever you want to do. Jane Gillis lit everyone up at the roast of Kevin Hart. Recommend watching what specifically he said. I will. Definitely will. I had to take a picture of that though, because I'm not going to remember. Shane Gillis? Jealousy. Future where Omi is going so high that it is unimaginable. Hitherto undreamt of. Did you just say hitherto undreamt of? Yes. Now get off my cauldron of the cosmos. Still remember, I got my miles 7 months ago at 20 million Omi. Now it's 60. Yeah, 60 million 400. No, 69 million 420,000. 69 420. So if you want to get it, that's what it is. I believe so too. Yeah. Okay. Omar's happy. Omar's got the number 77 secret rare Yoda, which is pretty dope. Dope. Yes. Somebody said, if your Omi balance on Stacker goes below the 10 million threshold for less than a day, does it affect rewards? Truck and Hang says, yep, better top it up to a good 50 million just to be safe. I love that. I don't even need to go over any of the. All right, let's go back to Veve and see if any more of this drop had sold out, because it's only been an hour and a half. And 1593, so it's made almost $24,000. Vidiman Mon says, haven't watched in a while. Did David ever announce what he was supposed to announce last December? No. We're thinking that the announcement is going to be in Lisbon in a few weeks. In Portugal, it's next month. So yeah, that might be it. Now, granted, there's a bunch of announcements that David has. I don't know what I don't know what they are. I don't know when they're going to be. We're going to guess that Lisbon will have an announcement. I don't know what it is. Tell you, I'm going to be live for it. It's going to be weird hours, folks, because it's going to be an event in Portugal. It's going to be weird hours, but I'll do it. 1 second. I don't know why Star Wars is the and Thornton number. Oh, Fambam got the 1974 Millennium Falcon. I mean, the year is significant in that George Lucas wrote the rough draft in that year, so maybe people would want that. Anakin Skywalker's name originally was Anakin Starkiller. Oh, that's interesting. I hope so. So I hope people want it. Just talked about it on stream. Hope someone grabs it. So the 1974, 30 million Omi. That's a lot. Many of you said, speaking about Star Wars, anyone saw that Grogu just showed up in a Family Guy? What? No? Wait, did he? Really? Oh, that's dope. Unbelievable. Bought Yoda, Con 770 and Falcon for 770 for 1,100 gems. Let's see. Okay. Very good. Very good. Do the ice barrel challenge when Omi double, right? What ice barrel challenge? What do I have to do? What does it do? What does it do? What does it do? Tell me. Oh, damn. So we wicked down to 000147 and then got bought right back up. Like that happened in like the last couple minutes. Wasn't a all right, let me see if there was just a giant it wasn't even that many cells, like a couple grand in cells, but it wasn't that much. Yeah, it wasn't that much. This dude's got a bunch of USDC. But whatever it was, we wicked down, we wicked up, you know, that's and so again, we did wick down. So there's a big fight there between the sellers and buyers and all that. Is it new money? Is it old money? You know, we don't know. I was about for 3 minutes. I don't have a barrel. Like I take cold showers, so I have no problem doing that. But like, do I get anything for it? Do I like? What am I doing that? And yeah, it's a fight to kind of like looks like it's a fight to stay above 00015. And I don't know where it'll end up because it's been like this for 4 hours. You know, where do we end up? We'll see. We'll see. I read it because Ronda Rousey, Buffy, of course, lady, of course. So I have for those of you that don't know, I have a Psyduck fan page that I'm admin of, and my Psyduck fan page get members all the time. Galeo, Jen, Norberto, Marinos, Mfabele, Joshua, Virginia, Tyler. And so I get to approve all the members and the posts. A little Psyduck as a little Texas Ranger. That's pretty cute. So anything Psyduck I approve. There's Funko. There's that. What is NAIC? No. Oh, or not. Okay. We'll approve that. So the reason why I bring up Psyduck, one, we have 11,000 members. I'm very proud of the page that I've built, Psyduck Fan Club, Psyduck Appreciation. Oh, there's a Indonesian version of Psyduck. That's cool. Anyway, the reason why I posted is because I've had Pokemon pages in the past, but this one's centered around a single Pokemon. And with me being admin, if Veve ever gets Pokemon, guys, if Veve ever gets Pokemon, I have 11,000 people here that are going to come right the F in. Especially if we release Psyduck. Oh my god, they'll go insane. Psyduck will sell out. If we ever get Pokemon and we do a Psyduck drop, it'll sell out super easily. Just because of this Psyduck page that I have built. I cannot wait. Fill your bathtub with a bag. I don't have a bathtub. Could be cold once submerged. I don't have a bathtub. I have a shower. I have actually a couple showers. Shower back there. Bro, look at this Psyduck. Look how freaking cute he is. But yeah, I don't have a bathtub. You know. I'll take a cold shower. You know, that's fine. But that might be about it. Oh, favorite Pokemon. There's a couple. Mew's great, Moltres, Charizard, Arcanine. Arcanine's really dope, loyal, can run like 3,000 miles in a night. He's insane. But I've always had a special place in my heart for Mewtwo because I was adopted. So like Mewtwo being created as opposed to being born, our births are pretty similar. And I think that line that he says at the end of Pokemon the first movie, where he says, "I see now that the circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It's what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are." Bro, that line goes so hard. Even as a kid, I was like, "Oh, that's good." Mewtwo, like, even in was it Mewtwo Strikes Back? There was a made-for-TV movie that Pokemon did, where Giovanni comes and he tries to get Mewtwo, like again, tries to recapture him. But in this movie, like at the end of the first movie, Mewtwo takes all the clones and moves away to this island. They go to this uncharted island in the third movie, and Mewtwo's there, and the question arises of, hey, these Pokemon, they're all clones, and they're clonesome, right? They're by themselves. They want to be like integrated into the world. They're very curious. What's the rest of the world like? And Mewtwo has this philosophical thought. He's like, here I can use my powers to protect them from harm. But do I have the right to keep them from living as they choose? Which is more important? Their safety or their freedom? And that goes back to like the 1700s, where you have Thomas Jefferson say, like, people who give up freedom for safety deserve neither. And it's like that. And I love that that's still being talked about at least 20 years ago, right? 25 years ago. Where these formed like a question, like they didn't just shove something down your throat. There's like, they asked it, and they had the kids think about it themselves. What is more important, that safety or freedom? And he doesn't know. Like me, I'm a staunch like freedom, America, like, no, freedom over everything, right? Like that's people are adults, they're people, they deserve the right to live as they choose. But then there's that argument, like, well, what's the point of being free if you're gonna like die in 2 seconds, if your life's gonna suck? Be safe, like, so I get the argument, but I'm just pure freedomist, a lot of anti-government stuff. But I like that Mewtwo is smart enough to know that he doesn't really know. And even though I think there's a lot more points to freedom over safety, I again, so Mewtwo is definitely a big one. And then there's this Pokemon called Skuntank and Stunky, and they're skunk Pokemon, and they smell pretty bad. So because they're skunk Pokemon, and a lot of trainers don't really like to use it for that reason. But me, having anosmia, meaning I can't smell, like I don't have a sense of smell anymore. I can't smell them, so their stench is not going to affect me, and they need love too. So I really like those Pokemon as well. But Mewtwo, Stunky, and Skuntank, Mew also, love that thing, last of its kind. Arcanine, legendary. A Charizard's dope, and then Moltres as well. Just those flying fires, just the fire, they're beautiful. Love them. We got, oh yeah, Period 9 says, just go to a place with the cold punch facility. So I could do that. I could totally do that. I could totally go. Like again, I still don't know what I'm getting for this. Am I getting like concert tickets? Am I like, what am I? Why am I getting this spread here? All right, still staying steady at the 0015-ish mark. Card of Goat Slayer says, favorite legendary bird. Moltres. Favorite evolved. I'd say Arcanine is just such a, like, I love Charizard, and Charizard's very special because of a lot of things, not just for the coolness factor. That's part of it. And we have that bond, but Arcanine, so and Venusaur is like Bulbasaur is my first Pokemon. I choose him again and again and again to no avail. There's this little comic book. It's like a 1-page, 2-page thing where it happens to be a girl choosing Bulbasaur, and it's like, and it's from Bulbasaur's point of view, saying like, you chose me. And it's like, over the, we had adventures, we built our team, we got badges, we became champion. Then we restarted. But you chose me again. And every time you would choose me, we would have different friends, we'd have different adventures through generations. Like, you kept choosing me. And then the girl grows up, and she's like, even though, our time has lessened over the years, and, we don't play as much as I'd like, understand you have this life, but I know that even though the time between our togetherness, widens, that you'll still choose me. And then at the end, the little girl, like the woman comes back And it says Bulbasaur, let's go, and Bulbasaur's all happy. I love Bulbasaur. Again, my first starter. So Venusaur is very awesome. But Arcanine, again, just that, Officer Jenny having Growlithe is really cool. Police Dog, very strong. Beat up Ash's Charmander really quickly. Arcanine is just so fast, and is such a powerful both strength and his special attack. But the favorite of all, I don't know. Like Hypno's really cool. I'm trying. Like, so Gen 1, Hypno's dope. Obviously Charizard, Arcanine, Blastoise cool. The starters. Butterfree, I really like Butterfree. I really like Beedrill also. One of my favorite runs is doing a Charizard Beedrill run, where in Gen 1, you have Charizard for your, a lot of Pokemon. Grass, it's flying, so it can take on ground. Ground won't affect it. And then even for normal Pokemon, you could burn it, and so you have a chance to burn. But Beedrill has Twin Needle, and that's one of the very few things that can take on Psychic type Pokemon, and Dragon. And Twin Needle is only like 50 power, but it hits twice, or maybe it's 25 power and it hits twice, but it's stab as well, and it's not only that, but it has a chance, I don't know if it does have a chance to poison, but Beedrill can also learn agility and Swords Dance. So agility, obviously, you with the badge boost glitch, you raise all of your stats for any badges that you have. But for Swords Dance, it does it like 3 times. So you do like 2 Swords Dances, and you're just like, you're gonna take on anything. 2 Swords Dance, everyone's cooked. Like you can beat Sabrina that way. You could beat Lance that way. You can beat almost anyone that way. And Twin Needle's just such a dope move. It's great. Our favorite bait. So Bulbasaur, that line. Favorite evolution. I think SPL, like everyone loves Umbreon. There's a lot of girlies out there that love Umbreon. A lot of girlies out there love Eevee. I was with a girl once where she wanted me to give her a cute nickname. I was like, oh, Eevee, because a lot of girls. Okay, hang on. Hang on. I'll get back to the Eevee thing in a bit. Awesome. I'll see what what's your availability like? All right, Guido, I hope you're. Give me 1 second here. You might be just in time. They're closing. Okay, that's perfect. Perfect. Also, guys, be advised, when you see a bunch of people spam something in my comments, oh, Coaxio, I have no idea what that is. That's a spam thing. I'm gonna remove all these comments. Heck all these comments. Heck all the spammers. I mean, thanks for the view, right? Thanks for the comment, I guess, but I have to remove all that because I don't know what the fudge that is. It's just spam for something, and I'm going to remove all these comments because they're gay and dumb and stupid for investment. Okay, I'm sorry. Give me 1 sec. For investment in the mountain times. Okay. Awesome. We'll let you know when they. Or just after. No. When is mountain time? Okay, hang on. What time is it in mountain time? Okay, it's 2 hours back. Okay, so after, what did he say? 10 a.m. Okay. Perfect. Perfecto. Okay, what was I going on before this? Oh yeah, these comments that I have to remove. So be advised, if you comment like in with these, I'm just not going to see it because I'm just going to delete everything from these threads. If there's a comment that you posted and you saw it deleted, it's because it got in one of these threads. Okay, I think we're good there. Screenshot, burn. Oh, hell yeah, burn. Shoot. I had a 1544. We actually turned green. We actually had that little green thing. We have 10 minutes left. Will we close green? I don't know. We might go back down. We might not. I'm glad you in your happy place. Happy. Ugh. Chili peppers sound great. Okay. But yeah, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I with this girl, she wanted me to give her a cute nickname. I was like, yeah, girls like Evie. And I'd forgotten that Ariana Grande had an Evie tattoo. And apparently when I called her Evie, she's like, oh, all right. I guess Ariana Grande is on your roster. I was like, what? I think she was teasing, but I don't know. But mine is honestly probably Espeon. So in Gen 1, Flareon has just such high attack, which is great, but it's like a 130 attack, but Flareon has no good moves. You can give Flareon like strength or like body slam, but really doesn't have a lot of good moves. Vaporeon, so water type Pokemon, but can learn Ice Beam. That is perfect for Lance's Dragons. And it has a ton of HP. HP is just out the yin yang, out the wazoo. And so again, that was really interesting to see. The what do you call it? And Jolteon's fine for like, because Electric's pretty good. It takes on Misty, but even though you can't get Jolteon until after that, it's good with Ghost. So if you have an Eevee, you can go to, yeah, because you get it in Celadon, where you can get the Thunderstone. Then you can use it for Lavender Town for the Ghost, which is cool. It's great when you're surfing down to what do you call it? When you're surfing down to Cinnabar, either from Fuchsia or from Pallet Town. So it's good in a couple of those battles over there. It's not good against Giovanni. It wouldn't be good against Brock, but you're not going to have Eevee for Brock anyway. Not even going to have for Misty, unfortunately. Kind of a wash with Erica because you can paralyze each other. Koga, same thing. I think Jolteon can learn Dig though, and I think that's super effective against Coffin and all that. Sabrina, it does have high speed, and I think it can learn Pin Missile. But for Sabrina, like it has high, it's fast. But Sabrina stuff is really fast also. Yeah, Jolteon, I guess Jolteon's good against water and flying, but so it's good for Lance's Gyarados, good for Lorelei. I guess can be good for Agatha as well, but and then at least Gary's, one of Gary's Pokemon, or if not two, Charizard, and all that, or Blastoise. But for Gen 2, it's got to be Espeon. One, because when I got Eevee, I happened to, there's a lot of love, right? And it evolved into Espeon, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I learned, all the moves, and so that's just been my guy. And then obviously Red has an Espeon also, giving it more cool points. Leafeon I never really used. Glaceon I never really used. Sylveon I used once. It's cool. And it's again good against dragons also. Oh, and cat type also. If a grass got to be Venusaur. Fire, I guess Charizard. Water, Lapras is cool. Lantern is cool because he's electric water. Wooper and Quagsire are same things like rock water, and it's like I like those dual typings. Water. I mean, Psyduck is really. I run a Psyduck page. So he's got to be up there. And obviously cool points to Blastoise, you know, the starters. But yeah, like Venusaur, and Butterfree in the card game, in the TCG, too, like Mega Drain is just so useful. And I think in Pokemon, you know, the TCG Pocket, Venusaur does a bit of that as well, with just gaining a bunch of HP is so broken. In the second gen, like Totodile, second gen, oh my god, he's like perfect. And I get it. It's like, well, if you really want water, you know, you get a shiny Gyarados in you know, at the Lake of Rage, but you've already gone through like half the first game with that. You know, like you've already gone through half of Johto before you get to Lake of Rage, and it's like, you know, and granted, Totodile's not great for, because you have to go through Sprout Tower. All of them know Vine Whip. He's like kind of okay for, you know, Faulkner, but for Bugsy, you know, same thing. It's like it's grass Pokemon, Scyther. It's, you know, it's got Fury Cutter. You know, it's hard. And then Whitney's Meltank, also hard. Um, Morty he's good for, because you know his water attacks can hit him. Quilava's really good, a starter, because or Cyndaquil's really good starter because you go through Sprout Tower. They're all Bellsprout, right? So you, as long as you have Ember, you just burn through it, pun intended. And for Fauna, again, Fire type, it's great because if you burn a Pokemon, you know, their attack is immediately cut in half, and it's fantastic. And he can learn Quick Attack. Um, but after that, again, Bugsy, he's great for Bugsy. You know, Cyndaquil, because, or Quilava at that point, because, you know, he's Bug type and you have Fire. If you get a Flaffy, you're good with him as well, because, you know, Scyther is part flying, so Flaffy is great against Scyther. But in the anime, Ashes uses his Cyndaquil in a really interesting way, because um, when he was using Flamethrower, Bugsy was just using his Scyther's Swords Dance to get it away. So Ash goes up top, and then like that was really cool. So Cyndaquil's good for Whitney's Meltank. Yeah, if you can, you know, burn them, that's fine also. Um, and yeah, for Jasmine Steel type Pokemon, Fire does great. For Chuck's fighting, you know, kind of hit or miss. You have flying type Pokemon at that point, so that's fine. But I like Totodile. I think it's best because he can learn Ice Fang eventually. I think he learns Ice. He can learn Ice Punch though. Oh, Samurott. So Samurott or Oshawott evolves into Duat, evolves into Samurott. That's a really great starter as well. I really like him. And I think like Gen 6 or whatever. Delphox was good, Incineroar was good. I used them. It's hard for me to pick a favorite, you know, type. And I'm just going from the starters here. Victory Bell's really good. So you get a Bellsprout pretty early, involved into Weeping Bell, and then once you get to Celadon City, you know, evolve right into Victory Bell is really good. Electric type, dude, Ampharos is just OG, like just perfect. Like Pikachu is obviously great, especially in Pikachu. But in Pokemon, so you can't get Pikachu in Pokemon Blue. You have to trade for him. But in Pokemon Red, you can get Pikachu in Viridian Forest. And that's really cool. Again, great for Misty. You know, great for any flying type. And there's a few of those bird trainers out there. In the yellow version, so hard to beat Brock. You either need a Mankey, Nidoran, or you know, a Butterfree, you know, or Beedrill. My back. But yeah, but again, great for Misty, great, you know, great for paralyzing folks. But yeah, Ampharos is great. Ampharos is probably, yeah, Marie, Flappa, Ampharos. You have to have Ampharos on your team, like if you want to do a good playthrough. Let me do some predictions of the future. Yes, do some of those predictions of the future, please. And I think that was Ben Franklin. Ben Frank. Oh, was it Ben Franklin and not Tom? Oh, maybe you're right. You're right. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot sometimes. Sometimes I'm an idiot. Ugh. Okay, we are about to close out the candle. Green. Again, we were way down. Again, two hours in a row, we went back down to under 000148, and then right back up. So we did close out, or we are closing out that candle green in the next 15 seconds, unless something crazy happens in the next 5 seconds. Veve NASDAQ. Okay, so that is possible. Let's go to Yahoo Finance and take a look at ORKT. We haven't had an update on that in months with Orange Cloud and the NASDAQ listing, but $1.06. Yeah, we haven't had an update on that in months. 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago, they said, yeah, we're still committed to doing it. It's just gonna take some time. Ooh, is that ginger? Oh, hell yeah. Love ginger. Yeah. So if they're still committed, that's great. We just haven't had an update in months. 2, only holders get some special perks. Like what? Like staking? Like yeah, I don't know what and what is considered an OMI holder. Oh, I have $20 worth of OMI, or it's like, okay, you have 10K worth of OMI. Like I don't know where that line is. 3 OMI burn, yep. Higher OMI tiers, I hope so. Mass adoption, I hope so. I hope so, man. I hope so. I really, really do. Yeah. Thank you for that long explanation, buddy. Damn, I didn't remember that quote. Now I need to rewatch it. Yeah. Mewtwo is also one of my favorites. So my original card from the movie premiere. Yeah, he's so cool. One of the Pokemon cards that I never got is the Super Secret Battle promo. It's like an invite only tournament, and you got the card for attending, and it's Mewtwo holding like he's just. Let me Google it here real quick. Bro, like look at that card. Super Secret Battle Pro. Oh my god, it's so dope. It's worth like 6 figures. So I'm not gonna get it for a while, but pretty heckin' dope. If I do say so myself. All right, we did wind up closing out that candle. Very good. Green, positive. Veve, says Randy. One last thing before I go. Did you ever watch this video from Alcon a long time ago? I think there's a lot of hidden secrets in this. So be advised that YouTube deletes links. I'm not deleting them, but YouTube, any link that you put in YouTube just deletes. I don't know. There's like 2 videos, I think, that there's 2 videos I think that you're probably talking about. One is Alcon at like this place where he's talking about, we might have something with Fortnite, we might have something with, Pokemon, or something with. It is a lot of speculation. I'm sure I've seen the video, but again, anything that happened or that was said years ago, probably not happening in that way. It might happen in a different way. Hard to go to the minor Zapdos, Charizard, Charmander, Umbreon, Bulbasaur, Flareon, Squirtle, and Raichu. Raichu's dope too, especially Alolan Raichu, so freaking cute. Like, dude, Raichu in general is cute, and I love it. But Alolan Raichu is also pretty dope. Alolan Raichu is pretty much Shining Raichu. No, I don't want shopping. I want images. Like, this is kind of like the first iteration of what would eventually be Alolan Raichu. Now it doesn't have that like the tail of those ears, but it's like it's close. And he's so cool. He's so dope. I've loved him forever. I had him once, first edition PSA 10. But Alolan Raichu, I love, like they're all great. Oh yeah, favorite cat type. Mewtwo. Oh, Sprigatito is so freaking adorable. I love that you're up to date with the Pokemon as well. There's some people that are just like Gen 1ers or Gen 2, 3, 4, or whatever. But yeah, Sprigatito is freaking adorable. Masquerade, the evolved forms get a little weird, but yeah, Sprigatito's cute. Fuecoco's cute also. Freaking love that little guy. Quaxa's all right. Yeah, Mewtwo's. So I really love the Meowth and Persian. Persian is so fast.
So Slash is like almost a critical hit. Slash has a high critical hit ratio in general, and there's two Pokemon that you get critical hit almost every time for Slash. It's Dugtrio and it's Persian because they're so incredibly fast. Meowth won because of Team Rocket. Just an incredible face and IP there. He gives the finger to people. Do Fury Swipes. He used those PP to learn how to talk, so he never learned Payday. It's like, okay, it's ironic. And then he's just smart, but also in the TCG, one of like Meowth's a very good card in the TCG because of Cat Paw. So there's a couple different versions, but one is called Cat Paw, where he does like either 10 or 22, like a benched Pokemon. And it's like, that is incredible. Because if you do that to a benched Pokemon, it could be a fossil. It could be something with really low health. And you could, let's say you're trying to get like a Charizard or whatever, and you have this Charmander here, 2 Cat Paws, and he's done. So I really, really like that version of Meowth. And then, yeah, Persian is just Giovanni's like, cat. And Giovanni's Persian is a very, very sought after card from Gym Challenge. I had one once. It was like the prettiest one out there. It was so good. But yeah, Mewtwo's dope, and Mew also. Pokemon TCG Pocket has helped me find some new ones I like. Oh, I bet. Poplio's cute too. I like Poplio. Meow, 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 meow. Choimon. What's Choimon? Zoro and Zoroark and Darkrai are bad. Yeah. Zorua is cute. Zoroark can be a little scary, especially with N and just what they can do. Darkrai is so freaking cool. If you haven't seen it, the Rise of Darkrai is just such a good. I think it's the Rise of Darkrai. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, the Rise is from 07. With the Leaf Whistle, they have this thing called Oracion. I used to be able to play Oracion on the violin, and it just goes do 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 do. It's such a good song. That is such a good movie. Like that's a very good movie. The Rise of Darkrai is good. Lucario and the Mystery of Mew is good. But yeah, Darkrai is just such a great Pokemon. I love it. Oh yeah, her Greninja being dark and water type is cool, and he's aesthetically cool also. Yeah, it's like Incineroar, dark and fire. Like the dual combos are pretty awesome, and I love them. Oh my god, my back. It's killing me. It's killing me. Taking control. Jealousy. Turning things into the sea. Predicted that a token. Give me one sec. How can we be sure the token is consistently value for the companies being sold? We don't know what's crappy. I know. Yeah. He wouldn't buy token at just market price. He would do a fair deal for everyone. Lucario is another one dark and fight. Dude, Lucario. Is Lucario dark? I thought he was like steel. No, I don't want Lucario in the Mystery of Mew. I just want Lucario as a Pokemon. Yeah, he's fighting steel. Him in, I think it was X and Y, you get Power Up Punch, and Power Up Punch is so cool because it's like it increases your attack by 1 stage each time. So you do it like 2 times, and you're just like you're crushing. Your attack is so. He has a high attack in general, but do that 2 times, you're good. Do it 3 times, bro. But yeah, it's dope. And now Mega Lucario, insane. Instant sellouts, and he brought another project called Monkomon that'll be delivered in 2027. That will have quests for redemptions like a house, $1 million, 6-figure original artworks. Okay, let's take a look at Choi. I have no idea what Choimon is. All right, David Choimon, Pokemon Monkomon pack. Okay, Choimon social media. Pave the way for Munko Choi. All right, so it's David Cho. David Cho's got 778,000 followers. Damn. Oh, wait a minute. If this is him in the blonde, I think I've seen him on Joe Rogan. If that's who I think it is. Oh, Speedy Comics follows him. All right, Munko Cho has 41,000 followers. And the Cho Show, 178,000 followers. Paved the way for Munko Cho to return like a thief in the night. How you celebrate the prepare for his return. Okay, that's really interesting. Sorry. Oh, love Gilmore Girls. So good. Ooh, Popeyes. Oh my God. Sorry. So when I asked you okay, give me 1 second. You said okay. What 8-pack? Oh my God. Oh no, you're good. You're good. What 8-packs for that? Damn. It would be hard to explain about the project came to be and what all about the text, but maybe one day I'll go live and talk about the projects. Damn. If he was on Joe Rogan, I'd do. Been painting on famous. Spent some cards like Pokemon Shoei Otani's. I started a little movement where people are now painting on top of trading cards and trading with him at events in LA and stuff. That is pretty dope. Very good. Chat and DM. Very good, very good. Yeah, I have seen him then. Which is fine. My back. All right, I didn't realize I've been going for almost 3 hours here. My voice is dying and hurting, so I'm gonna give me 1 sec. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to bounce here because my voice is hurting. I have to get on with my day. I didn't realize it was over 1 o'clock already. Anyway, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Mr. Painting Facebook headquarters. All right, everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. We love you. Later, good sir.